Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi, it's me, your friend Corey, here with my fantastic blue to start our beanie. Okay, it's actually a restart. I got most of the way through a version, not realizing that I was doing small child, not medium-sized child, small child. So, couldn't get it on my head, so it's obviously not going to work, and I really need to get this done. So glad you're here, and let's get started. I found this pattern. It seems pretty simplistic. It is how to crochet a simple beanie for teens, small ladies, 20 to 22 inches. So I measured my daughter. She's about 52, 53 centimeters, which is pretty much around 22, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, I'm just keeping track. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So we need 12 for this one. Now, the original video does a slip stitch to join. I don't like slip stitch to join. I do not. They also didn't do it with a magic ring, and I did. Okay, so you do have that option. I just love the way that looks. This is beautiful yarn. I absolutely love it when I get to work with this yarn. Now, if I did make almost a whole beanie using this particular pattern, but in a much smaller size. So it does come in mini sizes, and they're all separate videos. So keep that in mind if you're looking for like an adult size. There are big adult sized. This one in particular I'm using is because my daughter is 8, and she does have a big fat head. And I tell her to move all the time. That's one of our jokes in between me and my daughter. Let's move your big fat head. Her head is fat because it's full of all her giant brain. So it's not a mean thing I'm saying. It sounds kind of mean, but it's actually a very loving thing that she's a smart girl, because she is. If you want to know about sharks, ask that child. She will tell you everything. Boy, will she. Okay, so I'm going to skip over the slip stitch. So I'm just going to do the chain 2, because it's a slip stitch and chain 2. One moment, I will be back in a sec. I just want to check what the next row is. I'm back. I know I was gone an awful long time, but that's all right. Now, this row is an increase row. So, doing 2 in each loop. And I'm doing double crochets, which will make this build up a lot quicker than, say, a single crochet, of course, because, you know, a double crochet is double, hence the name. 1 and 2. And all of my yarn is wrapped around the outside because, like I said, I already got through most of a beanie, but I couldn't even get it on my head. And my head is maybe 2 inches bigger than hers. So I should be able to be really snug on my head to fit her properly. And she has thick hair. So that factors in too. Because we want to put all her hair in here so it's not hanging out. There we are. Almost there at the end. Just a couple more stitchies. And then the next one's probably going to be 2 in the first one, and then 1, and then 2, 1, and then 2. Because that's pretty much how this pattern worked out. And it's nice and simple. And that's what I wanted. Something super simple, super easy to work with. I have got a pair of tights, black tights for the legs, and I need a pair for the arms. Something for the arms anyways, I'll find something. I'm going to do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24. So, one moment while I check again. Alright, so I skipped over the slip stitch. Chain 2. Now we're adding a double crochet into the chain 2 spot. So that technically is 2 stitches. Next one is 1. Then we have 2. Or an increase if you're new to crochet. So 1 in this stitch, and then our increase is 2 because we are adding an extra stitch. There we go, and 1, and then 2. I am using a number 4. I really like the way the 4 works up this yarn. I have no idea what yarn this is. I wish I knew. I'd get more, for sure. I love this yarn. So anytime I get to work with it, I'm a pretty happy camper. It works up really nicely. And it's soft. And I like the color. I sure like this color. It reminds me of like winter blue. Like the ice and stuff on cartoons. You know, good stuff. There we go. So I will be remaking a couple beds today. And by remaking the beds, I mean pulling off the piles of stuffed animals, redoing all our sheets and whatnot. And some dishes, but those are my main cleaning goals for the day, and they're not even very long or very big. I might take some time to do some toy sorting, which I've been doing a little bit every day. Because like most things, you're not going to get it all done in one day, and it's not fair to overwhelm yourself into thinking that you're going to get absolutely all this organizing done in one shot. Do it a little at a time. It's just like making something. You're not going to get a whole sweater done in a day, and if you do, it's probably going to be the most horrible thing you've ever seen for the rest of your life, because you're going to have resentment towards it because you felt pressured the whole time. If you want to organize, take your time. Pick one thing, work on that, move on. keep the upkeep. Like with the yarn, I pulled them all out and I cleaned my shelves right off. They're fairly new. They were a bit dusty, but not crazy dusty. But I still felt it was time. It needed to be done. I'm a little strict about that kind of stuff. I don't want to make things so bad that it's overwhelming. And here we go. And then one in there. Oh, I'm not even going to check the next one because I already know it's going to be an increase and then 2. So we are going to not slip stitch. We're going 1 and 2. Skipping over slip stitches, so I'm not going to end up with that line. Because I did leave it in last time and I could see the line all the way and it was bothering me. Even if no one else can see it, I know it's there. And it doesn't have to be. So I'm just going to put in my stitch marker. So we have an increase and then we need 2 and 2. And then we do our increase. And then 2. And 1 and 2, sorry. Right, and then 2 in 1 stitch. I will say sometimes when I'm looking at a pattern, I still get intimidated by all the abbreviations and whatnot. And once you start making it line by line, it turns out to not be so bad. But when I first look at it, I'm just like, oh, what am I doing? Who am I fooling? You know, imposters syndrome. You just feel like maybe I don't know what I'm doing. That's just my thing. Okay. Let's be gentle on that wrist. 1 and 2. Here we are. Oh, I also have a coloring date today. I gotta go color a picture with my daughter, my youngest. She wanted to do a little bit of coloring with me today. And that actually sounds like a lot of fun. We'll color a nice picture. Or sorry, we're at an age now where she colors her own and I color my own. But we do it at the same time together. And just chatter back and forth, which is a lot of fun. And 2. And 2. 1 and 2. And then 2 together. So as you've probably picked up on, this pattern is pretty straightforward, which is what I was going for. I just wanted something fast, easy. I didn't want any fancy stitches because, quite frankly, you won't even notice the stitching once I get the pigtails and the hair ties on. It's going to be a lot. I don't know how I'm going to do these hair without it becoming really heavy. So So that's part of my whole thinking process here, because they got to be really long. So I don't know. I might just have to do up like 3 or 4 really long strips and see how they weigh after that. Because of course I don't want to hurt her neck just for the costume. Right? That would not be cool. And now we are going to move that first of all because it's in my way. And we are going to get it in there. We're not slip stitching because I don't want the line. So that is what I'm skipping on this pattern. 1, 2. And this one will probably have 3 between, is what I'm going to guess. But I'm going to put this away for now. I got some other things I got to get done. Fancy. Looking good. Anyways, thanks for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box. And I'll see you again very soon. Bye.